What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Shabazz. Welcome to the channel. So, the schedule for the 2021 season dropped last week.
Finally!
So, you know we gotta go over the Ravens schedule. Ravens flocking the building. Then we gotta go over the schedule and see how we gonna go undefeated. Fuck what you talking about. So, drop a like, subscribe if you're new, tell a friend to tell a friend. And for me, comment down below if you're a Ravens fan or what team you jacking. As long as you're not actually not even, because Tom Brady left, so I can't even say Patriots no more. Whatever team you jacking, put it in the comments. If you're hyped for the 2021 season, son, you're not the only one. So let's go. Week 1, we going Monday night against the Raiders. W. Their offensive line is still poop. Their defense is still trash. So week 1, Lamar Jackson, J.K. Dobbins, Rashad Bateman. We just drafted him. Oh my God. Finally got a receiver for Lamar. Sammy Watkins. Everyone is going to come together and we're going to dominate the Raiders. The only problem we have is Darren Waller. Because Darren Waller, he might make that. Because I think he's definitely a top 5 tight end. I would jack top 3 in terms of production. But he's a threat. So as long as we limit him, we valid. So that's 1-0 over it. Fuck what you talking about. Alright. Week 2 against the Chiefs. Sunday night, bro. Back-to-back prime time. Come on now. Back-to-back prime time. Come on now. The Chiefs have gotten our numbers lately. So hopefully we can make it close and competitive and squeeze out a close dub. But if we lose, I won't be mad. But we gotta catch a 1 win, because come on, Lamar Jackson's like 0-3 against Mahomes, bro. Like, I think he just never beat Mahomes. So it's like there's a constant comparison. You got Lamar, you got Patrick Mahomes. So it's like if he wants him to be respected, like he deserves to be respected, then he needs to finally get a W against Mahomes. And the defense, don't blitz, bro. Don't blitz. The fuck is wrong with y'all? We gotta get right. But if we lose, I won't be mad. So that's 1-1 or 2-0. Fuck is you talking about? Because we not losing. Alright. Week 3, we got the Lions. W. Moving on. Jared Goff is not good. Their team as a whole is not good. So Broncos. Week 4. That's a W. Drew Lock is ass. If they trade for Aaron Rodgers, then I'll be concerned. But if Drew Lock is still their quarterback, it's a trap game for sure, but we can come out on top if we just dominate the run game, pass well, and just play lock-up defense like we always do. So that's it. That's a W. So 4-0 or 3-1, barring the Chiefs. Week 5, we got the Colts, Monday night. Yo, man, we getting primetime games, man. We getting the respect, man. We getting that respect that we deserve. Yeah. So, I'm always gonna say we're gonna catch the dub, obviously. But if we lose, we haven't seen how Carson Wentz in this new offense looks, right? If they have Phillip Rivers, then I'm like, okay, they're limited. There's so much that he can do. But Carson Wentz, he's mobile. He's decent. He's above average. He had a down year last year, but I can't really fault him for that. You know, everyone is faulting him for what happened in the Eagles, but they had no weapons. They had no offensive line. They all got injured. So it's like you can't really fault him for that. But you know, quarterback is the most important position. You're supposed to make it work. So whatever. So the Colts, the defense is still pretty good. Jonathan Taylor, year 2. Michael Pittman year 2, so it's like they got some stars, they got some people. So we're gonna see. So I'm obviously gonna say we win, but if we lose, I won't be upset because Colts is a good quality team. Week 6 against the Chargers, I want to say a W, but Justin Herbert, he might make that leap. He might make that leap. So I'll fuck with him heavy. He's one of my favorite quarterbacks. So if we lose, and I think their defense. Their front 4 is solid, but their back end is shaky. So we can exploit that. And Derwin James, he's coming back this year. I believe so. He should be coming back. He was out last year, so he's a year fresh. So hopefully He does. If he does, it's whatever. But if he doesn't play, then it'll be easier because their secondary is still kind of shaky. But Derwin James is he's a bona fide stud. So he's that difference maker that the Chargers needed on defense. So they got Joey Bosa and they got my man Derwin James. So it'll be a good competitive game, but I feel like they don't have the weapons compared to us, so we can catch that dub. It won't be easy, but I think we can get it done. Week 7 against the Bengals, bro. Joe Burrow is gonna be running for his life all game. That's it. They got Jamar Chase, and that's cool, but they really should have drafted Penei Sewell. Because, yeah, you got a stud receiver, and, the 9 plus 1 equals 10. Whatever combination they got going on from LSU, that's fine. But if you can't protect your quarterback, then what the hell's the point? You can't get to the receiver if your quarterback is running for his life. Is he going to get the Andrew Luck treatment? And then, come on. Joe Burrow's a good quarterback, so don't let him, my man, be the next Andrew Luck. Because Andrew Luck had a promising career, and then he got injured too much because his O-line was ass, and then boom. So we going to catch that dub because it's the Bengals. We always beat them. That's barbecue chicken. Come on now. All right, so we're going off the bye week 8. We pretty good. I think 6-2, maybe 5-3. So I can't count.
Stupid.
6-1, maybe 5-2. So going into the bye is pretty good. Definitely one of the top teams in the AFC. We're going to the bye against the Vikings, and I feel like if we plan correctly, we can beat the Vikings. Now the Vikings, if you know, like Dalvin Cook is he's like I think my favorite running back in the league right now because that's my guy. So I hate rooting against him. Justin Jefferson, one of my favorite receivers too. So it's hard to root against the Vikings because as you can tell y'all, Vikings is my second heart right there, right? I don't know why, I don't know, hail to the Vikings. I don't know. But we can catch a dub if we exploit their secondary. Because Danielle Hunter's coming back. That's cool. He's looking for a contract year. Henderson's a good middle linebacker. They got some pieces in the draft and all that. From last year, they're going to develop year 2. So it's easy to say we can catch the dub, but it's a trap game. So we always gotta be cautious. But we're playing them off a bye. So if we plan properly during the bye week, we can catch that W, and I think we'll be fine with that. Week 10, the Dolphins. Thursday night. You know what I'm saying? We can catch the dub. It's at Miami though. It's at Miami, and Miami is definitely one of those teams where it's November, so it's warm. Warm weather teams excel in warm weather scenarios. If it was in Baltimore in November, it's brick. The tide's gonna be different. But for the Dolphins to win this game and upset us, then it'll be on Tua. Because they got studs all over. They got a good defense. Brian Flores is a good coach. They got receivers. They got my son Will Fuller. They got my son Jalen Waddle. All that. So they got weapons. They don't have a running game. So they're going to be relying on Tua to make those plays. So we can exploit that and make Tua beat us, then we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine. So that's a dub. That's another dub. All right, so now we got the Bears. And the Bears, I think by this point, it's week 11. Justin Fields might be playing. And it's at Chicago, right? So I want to say we could catch the dub because their defense is still elite. Top 10, top 5, if we want to argue that, whatever. The quarterback is the key. And their offensive line. Their offensive line last year was trash. So if they address it in the draft and if they develop their players well, then they can have an average offensive line. But, our defense is always elite. So it's that's barbecue chicken right there. So if we can do what we do in the trenches, disrupt their offensive line, and make Justin Fields or Andy Dalton or Nick Foles or whoever the quarterback may be run for their life, then we're good. We're good. So that's another dub in the books. Then we got the Browns on Sunday night. M&T Bank. That's gonna be a great ass game. And we're gonna catch the dub. I'm jacking we're gonna split with the Browns this year. The Browns have a stacked roster, but Baker Mayfield is the key. If Baker Mayfield can make that leap that he was trying to make last year and continue off that momentum, then there's gonna be some problems. But I'm jacking off rip. We're gonna split with the Browns and we're gonna split with the Steelers. So that's 2 L's right there. So we should win at home. The Browns not going to come to Baltimore and beat us at home. That's not happening. So we going to catch that dub, and when we play them later in the season, we might lose that one. Reason why is because week 13, we play the Steelers at Heinz Field. And this is where the split comes. I think we're going to lose this one because all ask Steelers fans that you know, right? The Ravens, the Steelers, the Browns, more so the Ravens and the Steelers, but now the Browns is like trying to get that momentum in. For years, right? If we played the Steelers, all out, 110%, 150%, 200%, like we put all our energy into that game, right? The next week, we're sluggish, we're not as good, we're not as dominant because we just got through war with our rivals, bro. So now the Browns is coming up, and like they might contend to beat our next rivals, like a 3-way rivalry. And then week 14 at the Brown Stadium, we play them. So in 3 straight weeks, we had the Browns, we had the Steelers, and we had the Browns again. And I think we're gonna lose the Browns the second time around because we just went through back-to-back wars, like World War I and World War II happened in like 2 weeks. Like, whoa, like chill, like damn. So we can make through that. I think we'll be fine. But then we got the Packers, bro. We got the Packers, and I can never doubt Aaron Rodgers. If he's even there. If he's not there, then we fine, because the quarterback, we don't know what it is. But if he's there, Devontae Adams is not injured, he's there, they obviously have problems. They pose a big threat to us and what we're trying to do. But I think we could come out on top because the defense, secondary, the back end is still shaky. So we can exploit their secondary, the safeties, and the middle linebacker core because they don't have really run the game, like make the run priority, and then pass like we always do. This game might come down to that, and we got to go Justin Tucker, so we might be fine, but that's a cautious game. This should be on prime time because Ravens, Packers, they're both good franchises, they're both good teams, so that should be on prime time. But I don't know why. Week 16, we got the Bengals, and we said we're sweeping them. Moving on, we already said it. Joe Burrow, if he's still alive by then, we'll see. We'll see the vibes, but I don't know, man. Then, week 17, against the Rams. And I feel like this is a loss only depending on Matthew Stafford. If Matthew Stafford can be that MVP candidate that everyone is jacking him to be, because he had no defense in Detroit, now he got the top 3 defense in LA. If he can make everything come together and he's on like an historic run, then that's cause for concern. This might be game of the year, no cap. Like, watch out. Game of the year, Ravens, Rams, week 17. You heard it here first on Shabazz TV. Week 17, Ravens versus Rams, 425 at M&T Bank. That might be the game of the year. Week 18 against the Steelers to close out the season at M&T Bank. We're going to win. I said we're going to split with the Steelers. They swept us last year on some bullshit, but we ain't going to talk about that right now. Week 18, we got to close out the season. Playoff positioning, maybe the division on the line with the Steelers. We're going to catch a dub at home, close out the season. There's 7 games that I can see myself losing. I said myself. That I can see the Ravens losing. So that's 10-7, at least 10-7. If we can win the games that we're supposed to win, then we should be fine. It's going to be a rough season. We have the second hardest schedule in the entire league, behind the Steelers, who have the first. So it's going to be a rough season. A lot of these teams were playoff teams last year. So it's going to be rough, but I think we can get it done. So for me, drop a like, subscribe if you're new, tell a friend and tell a friend. And let's go Ravens, man. Let's go Ravens. Peace.